Hey everyone, I'm going to walk you through this one. It's a little more complicated. The magic ring or the magic circle, they are the same thing. Don't be fooled. There isn't one versus the other. It's just different terms for the same thing. This is the way you're going to start lots of projects, especially amigurumi or anything that's round is going to start with a spherical rather, is often going to start with a magic ring or magic circle. It's tricky, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I still mess it up and biff it, whatever. Don't freak out. And there are a ton of different ways that you can do it. Watch different tutorials and see which one you like, which one makes most sense to you. I swear to God, I've tried them all, and this is the one that I like the best and that I've been using the most. I think it's the easiest to understand without doing a lot of wrapping around your fingers and stuff. This is how I do it. Ready? Here we go. I have a tail over here, working yarn here, and I just make a loop like that with the working yarn in the back. See that again? Tails here, make a loop like this with the working yarn in the back, and then I hold that in place. Now, the working yarn here, you're just gonna pull through the center of that little ring you made, and you kind of have to hold it all tight like this. And now you're going to gather up your working yarn. Sorry, my camera work is kind of doo-doo. And you're going to pull through to chain 1. And now you have your magic ring. You're ready to start crocheting. So let's do that one more time. Bye, magic ring. Bye, you've been great. We'll see you again in a second. Tail, working yarn. Make yourself a loop with the working yarn in the back. Hold it together. You're gonna go through here and pull up the working yarn to make one loop here. And then gather up. Can you see what I just did there? So there it is. There's the loop. And now you're going to gather up your working yarn and chain 1 into that little loop you just made. And now you have a magic circle. You should have the tail here, the ring here. And let's say you want to do 4 single crochet into a magic circle. You're just going to go right into the middle of that with the tail here and everything. Just go right through it. Do your crochets. There's 1 single crochet. It is awkward to hold. I think that's the hardest part. And once you get a feel for your style, you'll know how you want to hold the ring here, but you have to keep tension there on the ring and then also on the working yarn. Oh, I totally just double crocheted. Okay, so there's 3 single crochet, and let's say we want to do 4. So 1 more, going through, and you're just going to crochet right around that tail and the ring. And then pull through those 2. And there you've done 4 single crochet into the magic ring. You can count your little V's. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one thing that I like to do, if you're making amigurumi or really anything with a magic circle, there's usually a lot of counting involved. I mark that first one that you did because it can be a little tricky to recognize once you pull this tight. So the magic part of the magic ring is now you take the tail right here, and if you just pull it, all your stitches will come together in a little round bloob. And as you can see, the stitches can get a little twisty and weird, but there they are. And see how I marked that last one? It can sort of disappear back there, and you'll want to pull this nice and tight. And now when it says, like, you know, single crochet into those stitches or increase or whatever it is, this is where you're gonna start now, because you're gonna work in a circle like a snail shell, okay? It can be hard to find that if you didn't mark it. So if you're just beginning, I really suggest you do mark that before you pull your tail tight on that first round of the magic ring. Then I'll show you now how you work into it. So we'll take our stitch marker out, gather up the working yarn, and see how it looks a little kookaroo, but there it is. You have to wiggle through a little bit, and let's say we want to make 4 more single crochets into what we just did. So there's 1. And then also, so here is another chance to mark. I also will put a stitch marker right there so I know where I started. It's easy to lose track once this thing gets big. Counting, counting, counting. And if you're not sure where you just went, remember you can just pull up and see we went in there. So now the next stitch is here. Go through both of these. Single crochet. Here's the next one. And it is important with most amigurumi or shaped things you're going to crochet to keep the stitches, you know, pretty tight. You don't want them all loose or they're not going to fill well with fiber fill or whatever it is that you're filling with. So it is a little tricky to learn, but once you get a hang of it, you're going to be balm.com. All right, so see how it's already starting to curl into a little ball shape? That's why it's really helpful to use your stitch markers. But once again, we can count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then at this point, if we were going to make, let's say we're going to make 4 more, we can put our stitch marker here where we just ended. And start again now with the next row, which would be right there. So, see, it's hard to see. So this clearly, it just takes a little practice, but once you get a hang of it, you can make lots of really cool things. All right, so I hope that made sense to you. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you liked it, please comment, share, subscribe, tell all your crochet friends about these tutorials, and let me know if there are other videos that you'd like me to make. Thanks for watching. Bye.